go toe-to-toe with them on the evidence. You don't get that. What you have is an argument with someone who sounds extremely credible, a professor at a decent university.
Yeah.
And what you have to do is work out how the food industry is paying them. And all of those people that are arguing with me are funded by, I mean, there's an academic at Reading. The Department of Human Nutrition at Reading is funded by Pepsi and Mars. He attacks me every day on Twitter.
Wow.
You know, and so you're constantly going, you are paid by Pepsi and Mars. There are academics at Leeds who are on the boards of charities funded by Coke and McDonald's. So the exhausting thing is online and in interviews, trying to have good faith academic arguments with people who are actually quite cynical. I also don't like making arguments personal. If you want to argue science, I think it's ugly to have to point out that the person you're arguing against has a personal connection to Coca-Cola, for example. But that's the position you're put in. So it's a very clever technique. So they're doing that, and I think, I mean, I'll say here, I do not and will never take money from any food company. I have no financial relationships with them at all. But the food industry are working very hard, even as they pay people to damage my reputation. They court me, so they send me weekly invitations to come and speak to them for very large amounts of money. So £20,000. So what would that be, like 200,000 kroner for an hour's Zoom talk?
That's crazy.
The reason they do it, when you look at the contracts, they send me the contract for this, and I will publish this contract at some point because I got one of them, is it says you will never say anything ever that damages the reputation of this food company, its products, or its customers throughout the universe in perpetuity. You know, that's the line. So even if you move to Pluto, you can't criticize them. So what they're trying to do is buy your silence.
Yeah, they hope you're striving with money or something like that, and you just take the bait.
I mean, it's very hard to turn down these amounts of money. You know? Now, I'm very fortunate because I make money as a doctor and as a broadcaster, and the book sells. You know, so I'm not wealthy, but I live very comfortably, and so it's easy for me to say no to all this. And actually, I make money from saying no, if you like, by being. If I took money, Marit Kolby would never speak to me. That would be the end of our relationship. It would be the end of all my academic work.
Yeah.
It would be the end of book sales, you know. For young people, for my colleagues, my PhD students, for example, it's very hard. They don't have a lot of money, and they are offered, you know, for them, if they get paid £1,000 for an afternoon of consultancy. So the food companies often try and partner with very young academics. Say, oh, come in, do a presentation. We'll give you £2,000-3,000, you know, life-changing amounts of money if you're doing a PhD.
I think it was Nassim Taleb that said, ethic has to dictate